Money. We're joined by our right man on the left coast, Newsmax insider James Hirsen. James, Skyping in from Southern California. It's always good to have you on America's Forum.
Great to be here. Good morning on this wonderful morning.
Indeed it is. James, you have seen a lot of this go on. The almost slavish devotion of the Hollywood stars and film executives to the American left, and so much money to the coffers of the Democratic Party. Are you surprised by the loss Allison Grimes sustained despite that big financial support from the DreamWorks chief?
Yeah, I'm actually, and I'm certainly surprised by the margin. Even the pollsters were wrong about that. And you're right about Hollywood. Jeffrey Katzenberg was in, but Hollywood itself, the community, the left-leaning community, was all in, to use a poker term. I mean, not only had had all these fundraisers for key Senate candidates, but individual contributors from Hollywood. The Federal Election Commission records show that in Kentucky, in Alaska, in far-flung places, Kansas, Barbra Streisand's name appears, and a whole bunch of other celebrities. How in the world did these people who are so ill-informed come up with these key races? And they even had a fundraiser for the senator from Alaska, the Democrat Senator Mark Begich. And I guarantee you, if I went out into a Hollywood social gathering and I said, "Who is Mark Begich?" most people would think it was a linebacker for the Raiders. That, they don't know this guy, yet they had a fundraiser for him. Carole King performed, the pop singer from yesteryears. And individuals gave all kinds of money to Mark Begich, and we haven't gotten the final on that one. But there is. I was at an event in Westwood, which is near UCLA, where there was some like-minded Hollywood celebrities cheering the results of the election. We went out into the street and saw young people in Westwood, some of them wearing Hillary Clinton 2016 T-shirts, and they had very, very sour faces on. And the Twitter has all kinds of celebrities, basically voicing their depression. And I'll tell you, if JD and Francesca, if you need a new age guru in Hollywood, forget about it. They're going to be booked up for months.
James, let's talk about the other A-list celebrities who threw their weight behind Grimes. And that list obviously includes Harvey Weinstein, Steven Spielberg, you mentioned Barbra Streisand there. All things considered, it seems that their support was irrelevant, would you say?
Well, certainly, we are a very money-driven political world today. And so in terms of the money, it's always relevant. You can ask any politician. It's very difficult to raise money. So Hollywood is a cash machine for the Democratic Party, and they use that money, and they thought that there was a chance to have an embarrassing loss by Mitch McConnell in that state, so they gave the money. But in addition, what Hollywood gave, which is very, very relevant, is a kind of a like-kind contribution, because they produced videos that were intended to go viral. Lena Dunham, the creator and writer and star of Girls on HBO, had a number of videos putting forth the meme, the war on women meme. And Morgan Spurlock, an Academy Award nominee, had 20 videos that his group produced that were intended to help the Democrats. And that's worth millions of dollars, and it acts like a contribution, much less the celebrity endorsements. So I do think it's relevant. It's just the wave was more powerful than any Hollywood celebrity or any Hollywood dollar.
Well, let's continue the theme of musicians with a message. Last night at the Country Music Awards, Carrie Underwood and Brad Paisley kicked off that program, really with a joke about Ebola, sung to the tune of Dolly Parton's big hit Jolene, making fun of Nurse Casey Hickox. Is that funny? Is it topical, or is it in poor taste?
I think the way they carried it off, it actually was funny, because and it made a comment. I mean, it was a parody song, of course, using Jolene. And what it did, the comment was that the writers of the bit disagreed with the nurse. In other words, that she was acting irresponsible. I think Carrie Underwood sang a line, "Please don't infect my man." And so the idea was to let people know it was an editorial. And I think most people agree with that, that this isn't, some sort of political fight. We're talking about protecting people. And the nurse was a bit selfish and irresponsible, not, of course, in her trip to West Africa, but in returning home, becoming a symbol for a political movement. And by the way, that nurse is a registered Democrat and had, well, at least worked for the Obama administration in the past.
James, Clay Aiken came in second again, losing his bid for Congress in North Carolina against Rennie Elmers. He did get a reality series out of it, though. So do you think his Hollywood roots hurt him?
Only about a minute on this, James.
Yeah, well, it's funny you said he came in second again. So you're referring to him coming in second on American Idol. Was Ruben Stoddard on that?
I don't think Ruben ran as a libertarian. No, I don't think he was on the ballot.
Yeah, I don't think so. But, I think there is, because of Clay Aiken's celebrity, so it was Esquire, I believe, that gave him some sort of reality show and was following him around as he campaigned. I mean, look, we've had celebrity politicians, and there's an advantage in name recognition, but I think Clay Aiken had great difficulty being taken seriously because it's kind of a punchline, the idea of Clay Aiken running for political office at this point. But it's a bit of a reward from the Hollywood community to him,
and probably a financial reward as well with continued prominence. James Hirsen, thanks so much. Now a Newsmax update.